So I got my Tufti book right here, and in today's video I want to do a chapter summary on a stroll through a dream. I read this chapter and thought it was quite important to really elaborate on it and how to really go through this dream that Vadim calls it consciously, making it a conscious dream, being able to control the dream. Let's get right into it. I'm still giving away the reality transurfing cheat sheet from my reality transurfing course. If you are still interested in that, make sure to enter to win it below. I'm picking a couple of winners every week. All you have to do is give this video a thumbs up and comment down below the phrase I am. Okay, but other than that, let's get right into this chapter summary on a stroll through a dream. What Vadim is saying is that if you live life unconsciously, without waking up and being in control of your attention, he's saying that you have no control over reality. Matter of fact, you are like a character within a movie, right? Let's say you go and buy a movie. Let's say you actually purchase a CD, which I don't know how many people do anymore, but let's say it's a CD, right? And you play that, and there's a character in that movie. Even though it's a main character, all the actions of the character are already scripted within that movie. And the world of that character is already predetermined. Everything is already written in that movie. Vadim is saying that you are no different. You and I and everybody else is no different. Everybody is subjugated to or subject to a script that they are not controlling. And if you live unconsciously, then your life will be like that movie character where everything is already controlled for you. Where you even though you have this capacity for self-awareness and judging things as good or bad, you're not controlling anything. Rather, the script is going to be controlling you. And you're just going to go about living your life. Whatever happens, happens to you. Some things you're going to like, some things you're not going to like, just like that movie character. In order to start living life consciously and creating your reality, you have to learn to wake up. This means not only for 15 minutes a day meditating, which is a great start. That's where I started as well. But you have to expand on that. Living your day through conscious awareness. Waking up to the center of your conscious awareness, meaning your awareness or your attention should not be hooked in the outer screen. You're just like hooked onto what's going on in life. Or it should not be also hooked in your internal mental conversations where you're just completely lost in thought, unaware of what you are thinking and why you're even entertaining and engaging the thoughts that do not serve you. So in order to make the dream conscious and actually start to control your movie, you have to start detaching yourself from the movie through conscious awareness. And so let me read this quote out to you. Vadim says, "And what happens when you do become self-aware? You free yourself. And from this moment on, your dreaming, whether asleep or in waking, doesn't matter which, becomes conscious. You are in control of yourself, and most importantly, you acquire the capacity to control the situation around you." But more on that later. So that's where the quote ends. But Vadim's basically saying that in order to control the movie that is playing, your movie, you have to be from beyond the movie. You have to realize your nature as beyond the movie through waking up. When you wake up in the movie, now you can actually control the movie. If you are just unconscious within the movie, then you're subject to the script. As soon as you wake up, you literally, like he said, you slip onto the other side of the movie where the projector actually is. And now you gain the capacity to project a different movie. But until you wake up, there's no control. So Vadim says, in order to practice this principle, right, because it's not just going to come to you like this. And it's not just going to, even when it does come to you, you're going to have to continue to practice it to hone your ability to stay in the center of awareness and have more and more conscious awareness and degree of control over your reality. In order to practice this, next time you go for a walk, right, just create the intention, set the intention that I'm going to be fully awake for this hour-long walk. And then go for the walk while staying fully aware, where you're not lost in thought or you're not completely lost in what's happening outside. And notice what happens. You'll see that even an hour is so hard to actually remain aware. This is what he says. The control of the script of the movie is so difficult to free yourself from. It has such a big hold on us. So this is why, even people like run away from meditation, because like it threatens their reality, which is the script. Meditation is the key to which you get out of the script, truly. And this is why it kind of like people make excuses to wanting to meditate, because it's threatening their ego. It's threatening their script. The script does not want meditation. But even other than meditation, just if you just do this, like go for a walk or maybe go to the mall and set the intention to be awake the entire time. Interact with other people. This is when it's the hardest. And in my experience, this is when it's the hardest for me too, is like when I'm interacting with other people, maintaining that awareness, being in the center of the two screens. But it does get easier over time. And to a certain degree, I still fall completely asleep when I'm interacting with other people, but I try my best to stay completely within awareness, especially during my coaching calls. I try to be a complete blank where my mind is, I don't have any mind. In that moment, I just try to be the perfect mirror for my clients so that they can hear what they need to hear. And so that intelligence can come through me and be of help to them, So the more we are this blank awareness, the less we distort our reality and the less we are controlled by the script. And the more control we gain over our situation. So even if, let's say, you're going through a negative situation right now, be more awake throughout your day. Instead of judging and constantly falling into thinking, be more aware. And naturally, you will start seeing that this inner stillness reflects outwards. You will naturally start seeing that your movie starts to shift to a different movie, where now naturally somehow there's different contents of the movie, meaning maybe there's certain solutions to your problems and your problems went away, or whatever you were facing that during that time went away. But it all starts with waking up. Without waking up, there's no change. Then whatever change happens will happen according to the script. But if you want to truly create the change that you want, then you have to actually wake up. And through that waking up, the change will come naturally. Vadim also said that when you're interacting with people in this way, right? Like he said that people will look at you with a certain curiosity, that when you're being fully present, you come to other people as like otherworldly almost. Like they can sense that something is different about you. They can't put their finger on what it is, but there's this gentle, warm embrace that is also coming from you. That's why, people look at like certain holy people as like, oh my God, like, oh, you're God, because there's a certain vibration that is emanating from their spirit because they're truly present. They're truly realized and based in their true self rather than this fictional movie character, their ego. So he said, when you're acting like, when you are present and you're going about your life being present, you will start to wake up to the fact of how the people around you are still asleep and their attention is occupied, and they're involved in their everyday scenarios like in a film. Their thoughts are unclear and their actions are not conscious. You could say they live as if they were characters in a film. And this is something that I'm sure that you've kind of realized too. Like as you begin to wake up more and more in your spiritual journey, you start to realize how unconscious not only other people are right now, but how unconscious you used to be before. How you had no control over your mental conversations. You had no control over what was going on in your life, but you thought you did at that time. And that's precisely what an illusion means. You may think that you are in control of your life right now, but you may be completely asleep to the fact that you don't. That is exactly the definition of an illusion. And so we constantly have to question ourselves. We have to constantly question our control over reality. Like, who am I? Who truly am I beyond this body-mind veil? And so constantly keep refining that intention through staying aware. The more aware you are, the greater this knowledge that you need, all the answers to your questions will start flowing to you. At least that's what happened in my experience. And so everything, all the things that you desire are hidden within this key of awareness and meditation. So definitely practice this. I love this chapter, even though it's so short, like 3 pages, because it covers the fundamental thing that you have to start mastering to do any of the other stuff in the book. Most people are, so occupied with the other techniques, the play technique and all that stuff, but they completely forget this part. They completely neglect this part because it's not as interesting. But without it, there's nothing. You can't do anything without it. So don't neglect it. Practice it. If you want me to keep making Tufti videos, let me know in the comment section below, and also like what out of Tufti the Priestess you would like me to cover, okay? But if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who would also find it helpful. Subscribe to this channel for more, and I will see you in the next video.